We're going to begin at 12:01, just giving some people time to sign in to the live. Again, you'll need a 6-foot stick. If you have two, great. We're going to go over different variations of each exercise with 1 or 2 sticks. We're going to work on strengthening the lunge today and then adding in some rotation. And then we'll get into our deep fascial stretching work at the end. Right, so we got 12:01 right now. So let's go ahead and grab 2 sticks. All right, if you have one, use the one. We're working on our monkey hang foot articulations. So grabbing the top of the stick, we're gonna go feet shoulder width. All right, I want the sticks 2 inches in front of the big toe. Now, if you have one stick, just place that one stick at 12 o'clock with the hands even to the sternum, and then I want you to apply force into the ground at 40% effort. For the 2 stick variation, let's make sure these sticks are in line to the mid-foot. Pull down to the floor, 40%. This will deload the feet a little bit. We're gonna hang into that monkey hang, posterior pelvic tuck, and then from here I want to lift just that right heel off the ground as high as we can, and then drive that heel back down nice and slow. Remember, active motions the entire time. Lift, we're applying force into that forefoot, strengthening the ankle, and then bring that heel back down nice and slow. Remember, you're thinking about squishing that empty soda can. Lift, nice and slow, try to get into that big toe as much as possible. Try to improve that big toe extension, because again, we have lunges today, and this is gonna help us later on. Drive the heel back down slow. Again, the arms should be straight. We should be more or less hanging and feel that gravity take over and pull the hips down toward the earth. Lift, nice and slow, bring it back down. Last one here, we'll lift and hold. Now let's keep that hip nice and still, keep the femur still. Let's shift the heel toward the pinky toe, and then shift toward the big toe. We're still pulling the sticks down into the floor and applying force into that forefoot. Shift to the pinky toe, shift to the big toe, shift to that pinky toe, shift to the big toe. And again, we're not trying to rotate that foot into the floor or the hip. We're simply trying to shift side to side through frontal plane and strengthen the medial and lateral tissue of that ankle. All right, bring the heel back up to 12 o'clock. And now let's go nice and big clockwise circles. Move to 3, 6, 9, 12. Of the direction, bring it to 9, 6, 3, 12. Bring the heel back down. If you have a single stick, let's change hand positions. All right, so again, either 2 stick variation or a single stick variation where we hold at 12 o'clock with the hands even to your sternum. All right, we're changing feet now. Bring it to left heel and lift. Keep that pelvis in that posterior tuck position. Brace the abs. Drive the heel down nice and slow. Lift and down. Lift high as we can into that big toe. Down nice and slow. 2 more reps. Lift. Down. Last one here, everyone. Lift and hold. Shift that heel toward the pinky toe. Shift to the big toe. Again, less is more. Again, we're not trying to spin the foot into the ground or go internal external rotation from the hip. We're simply shifting the ankle or the heel side to side. Try and keep the 5 toes on the ground as you do so. Again, we're trying to strengthen the medial and lateral tissue of that ankle. Let's bring the heel back to 12 o'clock, and now let's go clockwise. Bring it over to 3, 6, 9, 12. Change directions, bring it to 9, 6, 3, 12. Bring that heel back down. Now both feet, we're gonna lift both heels. Again, we're trying to stay in that posture and not get taller. Okay, so from here, we lift up at both heels. Bring it down slow. Keep that posterior tuck, flex lower abs. Lift and hold. Down slow. 3 more. Lift and hold. Down slow. lift and hold, down slow, lift and hold, and now shift both heels to your right, shift both heels to your left, shift both heels to the right, shift both heels to your left, one more, shift both heels over to your right, and shift both heels over to your left. Bring it back to 12 o'clock, and now let's go to 3, 6, 9, 12, change directions, 9, 6, 3, 12, we'll lower the heels back down. We're going to a single stick variation for our pelvic work. So we're getting into a little wider of a horse stance. The stick's 1 inch in front of that toe line at 12 o'clock. I'm gonna turn a little bit so you can see it a little better. It's going to anterior, posterior tucks, arms straight, shoulders packed, down and back. Applying force to the floor, 40%, and now let's go to anterior pelvic tilt. Inhale through the nose, and now let's go posterior tuck, letting all that air go. So let's do 5 reps here, 4 more, anterior tilt, posterior tuck, nice long exhale, anterior tilt, keep those shoulders steady, posterior tuck, with all the air go. Stack the hips underneath the spine on that, anterior tilt, posterior tuck, last one, anterior tilt, posterior tuck. Now let's go to hip bumps. Again, we're going to apply force into the ground with that right foot, shift through the hips, bump up that left hip toward the ear. Okay, pushing to your left foot, bump to the right, keep that posterior tuck. Now bump to the left. We should feel this in the opposite groin or adductor region. Okay, bump to the right, keeping the shoulders and the chest still. Think about the stick and the spine are in perfect alignment. Bump to the left, push into that right foot, and then bump that left hip up. Change hands for me, bump to the right, bump to the left, bump to the right, bump to the left, bump to the right, one more, bump to the left. Let's go with a little bit of a wider horse stance. All right, want that stick still to be 1 inch in front of that toe line. Let's sit into the hips a little bit so we're at a lower horse stance. I'm gonna keep the arms straight, push into the floor 40%, and I want you to push into your right foot and lengthen that right leg and sit into that lateral lunge for me, okay? Keep the outside of your foot down on the ground. Hold, let's rotate onto that heel. So let's articulate through that acetabulum right here. So let's articulate through that hip joint, up and down. Externally rotate the hip, internally rotate, change hands, switch sides, okay? So again, we're sitting into your right hip and we're pushing into your left foot. And now articulate through the hip here, rotate externally, rotate internally. So again, external rotation, we're bringing the femur to point up toward the ceiling. And then internal rotation, we're bringing that femur to rotate more toward that 12 o'clock position. Rotate, rotate. One more, keeping the legs still as you do so. Internally rotate, bring the hips back toward the center. Internal, external rotation, bring the hips back up to your starting position. Okay, now let's go with our wide grip onto the stick. Let's go with the right foot back in a stagger stance. Keep the heel off the floor for me, okay? So we're gonna just sit the hips straight down, posterior pelvic tuck. Arms gonna be straight, and I want you to push in with those hands, right? Compress that stick, and then bring that right arm up, diagonal, 45 degrees. Keep the pelvis tucked. Okay, no arch through that lumbar spine. Now pushing to the right, right hand wins, bring it down to your left. Left hand wins, up to the right. Right hand wins down to the left. Left hand wins up to the right. Right hand wins down to the left. Let's switch feet, switch sides. Again, want a nice high performance foot position on that back foot. Pushing in with the sticks. Right hand wins up to your left. Left hand wins down to the right and going straight back, guys, and not up, okay? Right hand wins up toward your left. Left hand wins down toward your right. And one more, right hand wins up toward the left. Keep compressing that stick. Left hand wins, we're going down toward the right. Okay, let's bring it to the floor. We're gonna start working on priming for the lunge strengthening. So first we'll get into the hip flexors, and then we'll get into our lunge, okay? So first thing I wanna do is take the right knee down first, underneath the hip, shoulders stacked over the hip. So we should, from the side profile, have shoulders, hips, and then the knee. I'm gonna take the stick even to my arch of the foot, and I'm gonna have my hands extended forward. Shoulder height or sternum height, right in that general area. I want the flat on top of my foot to be flat, okay? I wanna get more into that superficial front line, all right? And really open that hip flexor in that quad. So from here, I'm gonna take the pelvis and give me that posterior tuck, all right? We're not trying to get into our lower back on this stretch. We're trying to get into the hip flexor and the psoas. So let's get that posterior tuck, and then let's take the foot, make sure it's right behind the knee, so we're not externally rotated, making that tripod, okay? Keep the hands in front. Give me that 40% grip. Push that back foot into the ground, 40%. Give me that posterior tuck, okay? Let's compress the ground. Hold that contraction. Hold for 10, 9, 8. Give me a nice good glute squeeze in that right hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. So again, we should have felt a good stretch there in that psoas, in that quad. If this is an easy stretch for you, elevate that back foot using a yoga block or a foam roller, okay? Too high, we'll get into that lower back possibly. So again, just keep it low for now, okay? Set 2, let's increase that radiation to 60%, all right? So again, the grip, glutes, and the abs are 3 greatest early drivers. That's how we're gonna build strength from the ground up in this particular drill, okay? So again, give me that 60% grip, bracing through that core cylinder, and pushing that foot into the ground, squeeze the butt, posterior tuck, 60%, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Change legs. So when we change legs here, we're going to change hands as well. So whatever hand was dominant on top last time, we're going to switch. So again, make sure the foot and knee are in line. Make sure the front knee is in line to the hip too. We don't want to have that front side opened up. We want to keep it more toward that 12 o'clock position. Again, top of the foot is going to be down. Posterior tuck on the left hip. And again, we change the hand placement. The stick should be even to the arch of the foot. Give me that good posterior tuck, and we're going 40% on that first 10-second hold, okay? And begin driving the shoulders down. Think about reverse shrugging, okay? And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release that grip and ease off your tension, okay? We never want to go out of that contraction fast. Right, I want to slowly bring it out of that ramping. Okay, so 40, 30, 20, back down to 10. Okay, so next one, same thing. Increase 20%, we're going to 60% on the hold. Okay, so again, make sure you hit that good posterior tuck, so really getting into that psoas and the hip flexor complex, all right? Make sure the foot's in line to the knee. Shoulders are over the hips, hips over that base knee. Give me that 60% effort, grip. Irradiate the tension through to the arm line, through the shoulders, down through that core cylinder, and down through to both legs, okay? And apply that force into the ground, and begin. Holding at 60%, hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off slowly. 50, 40, 30, 20. Okay, excellent. Now we're getting to our lunges. Now if you have a one stick for this, that's fine. We'll do our one stick variations, and we add rotation, we'll do so like this, okay? But if you have two sticks, I want you to use both sticks here, and we rotate. We're gonna have both sticks off to the side, okay? Our first one here, we're gonna go with the right leg down, okay? We're gonna tuck that back toe and get it into extension, okay? So back toe in extension. Again, the foot and knee are in line. And then the sticks, let's bring those sticks even to the big toe. So directly in line. We're gonna keep the arms even to our shoulders here, and we're about shoulders width, okay, with the sticks. Again, we want that posterior tuck. We're keeping the shoulders stacked over those hips. Let's grip at 50% effort. Let's compress into the ground here, posterior tuck, stay nice and tall. We're gonna go 3 reps. All right, we're gonna hold each one for 10 seconds and then begin to add in some rotation. So again, give me that 50% effort here, pushing into the 6. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Using the feet, lift the knee 1 inch and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease off, bring that knee back down to the floor. Okay, let's change legs. And again, we're gonna stay at that 50% mark for that first rep. So, left knee's down now, right leg's forward, hands are in line to shoulders, and about shoulders width, okay? Again, posterior tuck in that left hip, staying nice and tall, think belly button in, all right? And now compress the ground, give me that 50% effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good extension, that back toe, 3, 2, 1, lift, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy, bring that knee down. Change legs. Again, if you only have one stick, more variation is to hold in front, and then we'll lift that back knee like so, all right? So this can be done with 1 or 2 sticks. Okay, now we're gonna introduce rotation. With the sticks in front, move the sticks to 12 and 10. So a very slight rotation here. We should be at 12, so right hand at 12, left hand is at 10, okay? I wanna keep my hips facing 12 o'clock as I rotate through the shoulders. Let's build this now to 70%, okay? 70% effort. We're gonna push into the ground with the sticks, posterior tuck in that right hip, chest stays nice and tall. 10 seconds. Create that 70% effort, grip, abs, and glute. Now drive. Hold for 10. We're at 70. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back knee. Hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. If you only have one stick, then we should have that one stick at 10 o'clock, okay? Now let's move that right hand over to 11 and that left hand over to 9. So our shoulders are turned, but again, we're trying to keep those hips facing 12, all right? So again, we're at 70%. Compress those sticks into the floor, stay nice and tall, posterior tuck in that right hip, all right? Good extension in that back toe, the big toe, all right? And now compress down, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, again the spiral line a little bit, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drive through the feet, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot, knee down. Okay, let's walk those sticks over to left hand 12, right hand 2. All right, left hand 12, right hand's at 2. All right, same thing here. We're staying with that 70% effort. And again, if you have one stick, I want you to have that one stick over to 2. I'll do this one here with one stick. And now give me that same 70%. If you're using one stick, make sure that you change hand placements with each rep, okay? So again, shoulders down and back, posterior tuck. We're at 70% here. Compress down, hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold for 10. 9, 8, 7. Keep firing that back hip. Keep it in posterior tuck. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Change hand placements. If you have one stick, try to rotate over to 3. If you begin to see the hands deviate from the center of the chest, right, we're no longer adding rotation. Now we're making compensations for lack of rotation. So again, just trying to keep the hands in line to the sternum and rotate through that thoracic spine. So again, as close as you can to 3 on that analog clock. You change hands, begin decompression, hold at 70% for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive through the feet, hold for 10, 9, 8. Make sure this leg's not going to valgus collapse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee down. Switch legs. Going back to my 2-stick variation. Left knee down, right leg forward. Same thing here. We're going to start with both hands in front, and then we'll work into our rotations. Okay. 50% on the initial one, just to prime that knee, are the hips with lifting that back knee. We're at shoulder width and shoulder height with those hands. Posterior tuck in the left hip. Again, give me 50%. Grip, abs, glutes, drive into the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elevate, hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Now we're going left hand at 12 and the right hand's at 2. Again, we're beginning to add in that spiral line or that functional line, okay? The anterior oblique sling. Posterior tuck of that left hip, 70%. Push down, compress, hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive through the feet, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Bring that left hand over to 1 and the right hand over to 3. Again, we want to keep the arms in line with those shoulders. If you begin to see deviation from that, shorten up that rotation through the thoracic spine. Keep it very honest. Again, we're rotating over that front leg right now. Nice and tall, we're not leaning, all right? Again, we want that knee under the hip, foot in line to the knee. Give me that 70% effort again. Compress into the ground, building strength from the ground up. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Drive that toe into the floor right here. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee down. Walk those 6 back over. Let's go with the right hand at 12 left hand at 10. Right hand 12, left hand 10. The shoulders are turned toward the stick, and we're looking for this knee with that valgus collapse, right? I want to keep that knee over the mid-foot, okay? We're still at 70. Grip, abs, and glutes. Posterior tuck, and push. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push through the feet. Lift 1 inch and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee. We're going to move the sticks toward 3 and 10. Really quick though, if when you lift that knee, you begin to feel that extension through the lumbar spine, so you begin to compensate on the posture for that, keep the knee on the floor and just keep that same tension, okay? Remember, the intent is really what we're after, not the ability. So the intent is as important here as lifting that knee. One more time, left leg down, you rotate further. Again, we're at 9 and 10. So, 70%. Last one here in the lunge with a rotation. Grip, abs, glutes. Keep that posterior tuck. And now push down to the floor. Hold that effort for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Using the feet. Lift and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down. Walk back to 12 o'clock. And this brings to the feet. So, we're going to get into next is a little bit of core. So let's bring it down to the ground. For the dead bug series, we're going to work with the stick right across our quads, okay? So let's bring it to the back. I want those ankles dorsiflex, so the toes are pulled toward our shin. Take the stick right above the knee, anatomically, right? It's above the knee. So right above the knee, bring the head to the floor, and I want you to lift the head 1 inch. Remember that marshmallow, right at the small of that back? I want you to squish that marshmallow. Give me a little bit of a posterior pelvic tuck here, okay? So we're gonna really brace the abs, and I want you to push the stick into the legs at 60%, in your legs. Your lower extremities should reciprocate that amount of effort. So we push that stick toward the quads, and then we should reciprocate that effort with the lower half. And now let's hold. You should feel a lot of tension through the lower abdominal region. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. I love calling these stick pack abs, okay? That's just my little cue for them. And again, keeping the toes up, not relaxed. When they're relaxed, we lose that connection in that superficial front line and that deep front line. So we want to keep that tension with the toes pulled toward the shin. Let's go into our second rep here. Bring it to 70%. Head 1 inch off the ground. So we're not crunching the chin to the chest here. We're just elevating the head 1 inch off the ground. Compress at 70% with the stick to the legs, and then reciprocate that effort. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Next one, we're going to build it to 80%, and then we're going to begin to extend some legs, okay? Bring it back to your back. The knees are over the hips, so we're looking at 90 degrees of hip flexion, and then 90 degrees of knee flexion as well. Dorsiflex the ankles, so pull those toes toward the shin. Give me 80% effort, compress into the legs, reciprocate, and now slowly extend that right leg all the way out. 1 inch off the ground. Keep driving that left leg into the stick. Bring the right leg back nice and slow. And now extend that left leg all the way out so the heel is 1 inch off the ground. Slowly bring the left leg back in. And now ease off your tension. Let's bring it up to the feet, guys. Very nice. Let's get the stick to the lower back here. Let's get a nice wide stance. Let's work into the slap shot. Okay, the slap shot is a little bit tough to get into. Just slide more of the stick over to one side, okay? So, nice wide horse stance with the feet. I want you to think about spreading the ground apart. Grip, and I'll pull the stick apart at 50% effort. Okay, we're gonna actually work on strengthening this slap shot. Hinge, and now bring left hand to the floor. And try and cross that midline without that hip internally rotating and helping to add in some rotation. Let's grip at that 50% mark, right? And let's pull apart and hold that effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate, bring right hand down. 50%, pull apart, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the right side, rotate back to left. We should be able to access a little bit more range. And now give me 60%. Pull apart, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that left side, bring it down to the right. Pull apart 60%, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch, last one. Give me your end range of rotation. Give me 70% of your max effort. Pull apart the hands, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, control the breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch end range of rotation. Hold for 10. 9, pull apart the hands, 70%. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that right hand, and then bring it back up, and then we'll stand. Let's go ahead and grab our 2 sticks. Now, since we added some rotation to the slap shot, we're gonna go quickly into some single leg RDLs. They're gonna try and lift the sticks and add in some rotation, okay? So we're gonna do 2 sticks here. We're gonna go feet together, and let's bring those sticks 2 inches in front of that toe line. Let's bring the hands even to our shoulders. We're gonna work on that grip strength and that shoulder strength here as well, because we're gonna lift the sticks and rotate on that transverse plane. So we're gonna work on some ankle and knee rotation, a little tibial rotation, a little axial rotation. So feet together, I want you to lift that right leg up nice and high for me. I want you to build up to 60%, pushing to the floor with the sticks, and then we're splitting those hips. So as I'm holding here with the right leg up in flexion, my left leg is driving, trying to increase more extension into that hip. And now I want to hinge forward and reach that right heel back as far as possible. All right, from here, I want you to try and lift up with both sticks. Slowly rotate toward your left. Simply rotate toward your right. Bring it back to 12 o'clock. Lower both sticks. Split those hips. Lower the right foot down. This is our last bit of strength work, and then we're gonna get into our deep fascial stretching. Feet together, and when we lift the sticks, we're trying to keep that length from the hand to the heel, okay? Split the hips, left leg will come up. Again, as I go into flexion on my left hip, my right leg is increasing more extension, trying to recruit more motor units as I drive into the floor with that glute and pushing into the floor to split those hips to get nice and tall. And now I hinge, reach, and now again, keep that nice grip strength here as I lift those sticks. Rotate over toward the right first. Rotate over to the left. Remember, less here is more. Keep that back hip in extension. Back to 12 o'clock. Lower the sticks. Drive into the floor, get my hip split. Lower back down. One stick here. Let's go into our standing hamstring stretch. We're gonna work on reverse bowing, okay? So I wanna have my right leg forward, and then I'm gonna bring the stick in front at my 12 o'clock position. So again, from here, right leg forward, the stick's at 12 o'clock and maybe 6 inches forward. All right, my left hand is gonna be on top. The right hand's gonna be somewhere near the logo. So I'm pulling down with the left hand, and I'm depressing and packing in that shoulder blade. And then I have a slight knee bend on my right leg. Keep in mind the left hip. We don't want it to be an external rotation. So if you see here, this foot's angled out, right? You want to keep that foot facing forward. The reverse bow is going to build up a little more tension to my hamstring to give me a more effective, long-lasting stretch. So again, I'm going to slight hinge here, and I want to have a slight anterior tilt here because I want to get that pelvis in a good position to where I'm stretching the hamstring. So again, left arm up, right hand to the logo, slight knee bend. With your right foot, you're going to think about pushing to the floor and pulling toward you. As you do that, you should already feel a stretch. And then from here, reverse bow, pull the right hand in. The left arm is going to reflexively push. All right, so real quick, at no point am I pushing with that left hand. I'm just going to hold. My bottom arm is going to do the pull. And in this arm, you'll feel reflexively push. But again, we are not producing force into the top of the stick. All right, one more time. Or again, we had that right leg forward, left knee bent, and now give me 30% effort here on that pull, okay? And hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Stand, turn the stick a quarter rotation so you don't bend on the same side. And again, the hamstring has multiple insertions or origins. So now take the leg, take the hip, let's externally rotate the femur without our pelvis shifting, all right? So again, we're gonna rotate externally, and now on the same thing, pull in, okay? And we should feel that stretch on a different part of that hamstring. Let's hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Rotate the stick. I mean, everyone want to bend in the same side in continuous reps. And now internally rotate that femur. Same thing. Pull the stick toward your midline. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease off. Bring that femur back at 12 o'clock. Let's switch sides. Left leg is forward, right hand on the top The left hand's gonna be on the bottom near the logo. And now let's get into our hinge, slight knee bend on that left leg, okay? And now pull the left hand toward your midline, and now hold that stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Externally rotate. Pull in and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Rotate the stick. Internal rotation on the hip. And pull in. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's bring it to the floor. And now let's bring it into the straddle stretch. So we want that nice and wide foot position here. Let's bring the stick right below the foot, right below the big toe. You want to use those toes. Remember, the toes are shorter, stubbier versions of our fingers, all right? Our feet are the hands, the toes are the fingers. We want to try and grab the stick and really get that good foot function in there. Taking the hands, shoulder width, maybe a little bit more narrow. And all I want to do here is pushing the feet into the stick, and I want to try and get nice and tall. And as I do that, we should have that pull reflexively with the stick, all right? And we're going to hold that effort. And with the hands, we're going to push together, and I want to compress the stick. Just want to activate that deep front line here, work the adductors here with the chest. And I want to push together the hands and push together with the hips. Stay nice and tall here and hold that 30% effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Rotate the stick. And now with the hands, we're going to pull apart. And now with the hips, we're going to spread apart onto the stick. All right, so we sit up posture so that we have that slight bend into the stick toward our belly button. And now let's pull apart in the hands, pull apart in the hips, hold that effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease off. Take the right hand to the center, add some rotation. Left hand goes across. And now I want to take the hands, and now I want you to pull the hands together. Try and sit up into that straddle. And now let's hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Switch hands, bring left hand to the center, right hand over and across. Pull the hands in together, compress the hands. We should get that stretch more in the opposing lat, or see right side across, we'll get that in the right lat, okay? And again, hands push together, sitting up nice and tall, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ease off. Slowly bring it out of that stretch. Bring the feet in on your own, trying to use the hands. And let's bring it up to the feet. Last one, guys, lateral bow and arrow, the money maker. Feet hip width. The stick goes 6 inches off to the side. Bottom arm on the logo, or about 90 degrees. Top arm, thumb down, palm facing forward. Push the hip away first, and then extend the arms. Keeping the ears in line to your biceps, and the bottom shoulder down toward the floor, away from the ear. And now let's hold into that lateral bow and arrow. Bring the bottom hand in, stand up, change sides. Last thing for today's live class, guys. Feet hip width 6 inches away, mid-foot, bottom arm in the logo, or at 90 degrees. Top arm, thumb down, palm forward, hip away from the stick, and now extend the arm. With each breath, you're trying to relax the tissue on that opposing lateral line. Keep the legs straight. Bicep and ears are in line. Bottom shoulders should be away from that ear. Bring the hand in slowly. Stand back up. And that's it for today's live class, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Again, don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube page. Check out my Instagram, Jared_DYEM. Have a lot of cool content on there with the stick. And don't forget, guys, movement made better. I'll see you guys next time.